Okay, so mostly if you guys know, I just go on this channel to talk about my feelings and stuff. And with this, I think this is more of a thing that I should do on this. And I'm gonna say this: don't be a fucking dick on the comment sections or anything else. Like, you can say whatever you want, just don't be an absolute dick, and all that stuff. But the whole thing, this is about the Assassin's Creed Shadows thing. I can see the both views of like people liking it, but also people that hate it, since people were asking for it for so many years and stuff. But now they're being mad since there's Yasuke in it. But out of what I've read about Japanese posts and also things, there's like other and there's another game that that has a white Irishman in Japan, and no one said shit. But then when it's Assassin's Creed, they said shit, and I'm like, what? It's like, what is it called? Like Neo, Nioh. But mostly, I'll say my opinion. It's a game. If you're getting pissed about a game that is about historical history, not by the pinch of point, but a game of assassins that literally have been talking the most recent games of gods and also you fighting Medusa and shit in the last 3 games, or 4 games and stuff of Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, and then with you saying that you are the god of Loki in Mirage and you teleporting, and people are not as pissed as that, but pissed that a black actual historical figure as as one of the main characters, but there's a Japanese woman, and then that's saying no, we want a Japanese man. Well, it's out of my opinion, I'm happy they did that, just not because of the whole in other people's opinion, the right wing appropriation or whatever the fuck it's called or whatever. I can't fucking think of it, but not. It's because there's like there's games that you can create your own character, but with me, out of what I have seen, I have not seen a lot of games with black male characters. Like actual like you can't change, like you can't custom make your character like with Marcus from Watch Dogs 2. And this is what I have seen. I don't know if there's other games that that has actual black male protagonists and stuff. So if there is, just tell me and stuff. I just that's what I have seen. But also as and they've been trying to put more female protagonists in the games as well, since literally in all history there's been more male protagonists and stuff since, well, you know, and all that stuff. So I'm happy that they put like a female protagonist, but also Yasuke. Yeah, because Yasuke wasn't a full-on samurai, but he was the bodyguard of Obunaga and stuff. Out of what everything I've seen, so instead of me rambling on for like the whole thing, let me mostly look at the Reddit posts and also some Twitter threads of all this stuff. So yeah, it's like let me switch over. But also, this is the game I was talking about. This is like you play as like a white Irishman in Japan, but then no one says shit about this. It's like, come on, dude. But it's like this. Hey, I'm a Japanese Assassin's Creed fan, and just want to say I'm excited for the new for the new game set in Japan. And then it's like, let me read this. Also, I've noticed a bit of negative or hateful comments towards a protagonist being Yasuke, especially in Western communities community or whatever, and the people there sometimes claims their opinions are representing that of Japanese, although they often do not in reality. The large population of Japanese do not speak English, so they have a less chance to tell this directly. I'm writing this in the hopes of revealing some misunderstandings or unnecessarily hate by an actual Japanese perspective for the better sake of this community. First off, I want you guys to know a lot of Japanese Assassin's Creed players are positive about Yasuke being the protagonist. You can look up on this, and I've done this. Where's my mouse? Up here and stuff. There. you'll see a lot of nice comments about Yasuke. Not saying there are a few negative comments, like they wanted a Japanese male samurai, but they are free to have their own opinions too, I think. As long as those claims are not related to racism, sexism, or other antisocial, unhealthy thoughts, personally, I don't see the point of suppressing them. It is to vash out on different opinions, either since it's normal to for different people to have different opinions. Second, we often forget that it's just a game. It's just a fucking It's just a fucking game. It's just a game and has nothing to do with our well-beings. We do not have to hate each other for what that digital characters would look like and whine like children. So next time you see a toxic comment, maybe its opponent to just shrug it off and say to yourself, they are children with wrong ideas, and it is only to ask them not to form childish thoughts because they are children. No, they can convince me with wrongful remarks. So there's absolutely no reason to be upset over them like an adult. Trust me, you don't need to spend another second on those toxic people. They are angry over trivial matters, and they are miserable by themselves. We only should pity them. I only read to like the whole like an adult part. I haven't read this part. We only should pity them and can greatly suggest them they are wrong and they are not convinced it is not your fault. But that's all to say for now. And then the whole thing. And he said nothing is true, everything is permitted. You decide what is right or wrong. If you don't like my post, that's okay. And people like on this was posted 4 hours ago. I'm quite excited for the game. I would play it on Japanese voice over for more excitement, as we all will. Assassin's Creed has always been about immersive and historical locations, not the characters that much. No one said shit about fucking Connor helping George Washington, saying, "Oh, like he didn't do it, but it's part of a game." Yeah, it's a fucking game. And all that stuff. Don't fucking be a bitch about the guy's color. If you're being a bitch about the guy's color, that's kind of racist. But also, I can understand why, because it's like it's Japan and all that stuff. But if they do the story well enough, they can do that. P.S. They are doing it with an actual Japanese historian, dipshits. Because a lot of people are saying they have not. They're doing it with an actual historian. And all that stuff. And then just like certain YouTubers are painting a negative that collectively Japanese hate this character choice, and I have no idea this character ever existed, despite multiple renditions of the character appearing in games, mangas, and show that were made by Japanese. So let's go to these Twitter posts and stuff. This one, when was this? On Lily yesterday, and all that stuff. In an Assassin's Creed I'm saying fam or whatever interview, he said we are looking for our samurai. In other words, somehow who could become our allies and non-Japanese. But the part was deleted. Lol. Have you noticed the evidence that shows though not seeing discrimination as discrimination? This I might be reading it wrong, as like maybe I think it's this way, but if you know this thing, you'll know I'm a dipshit and stuff. So yeah. And then it's like this one. To be honest, I don't know any games in which Yasuke is chosen as the main character. I feel like it's fun. Another one. Restaurant. Japanese folks must be angry that the main character of the Assassin's Creed is a black samurai. Japanese people, wow, Yasuke, how cool. Yeah, Yasuke, I wonder why they like this so much. I wonder why! I was surprised to see that the new Assassin's Creed game was promoting Yasuke. So, out of curiosity, I took a look at the English comments section, only to find that a stranger was speaking for the Japanese. Don't just go ahead and use other people's countries as a stick to push others. I want to be an invincible black samurai. And all that stuff. And what does this guy say? It's like, no, if you want to play Assassin's Creed or Musen, you should play it at Kyo Tikoma since they've got back to back with Mirage. Let them sneak around and do Loki sneaking. Don't understand what that. Okay. The Yasuke issue in the new Assassin's Creed has Japanese people responding with something like, "Oh, that's good," but it's still catching an overseas seeing that makes me think overseas political correctness and cultural appropriation issue are such a pain. Hurry up and get to the point where you can turn your own country's hero into a woman. Like, okay, this, because people are saying, "Oh, Japanese people are mad." Yeah, some. But I'm reading comments and they're fucking happy that Yasuke is, like, being part of this. So, like, don't fucking throw them under the bus. And then this one. Assassin's Creed Later Work. The fact the main character is a black samurai caused some controversy. The character is based on the real Yasuke. He was brought to Japan as a slave, cut the eye of Oda Nobunaga, might be fucking mispronouncing it and stuff, and lived as a samurai. I think it's pretty interesting setting in terms of learning about Japanese culture from a foreigner's perspective. Okay. This one. It's important to understand that the majority of people aren't angry because the samurai is black. The problem is that up until now, Assassin's Creed has only fictional protagonists. So people are taking it as they want to force a black person, so they use Yasuke, who is a real person. If it was a series that featured historical figures as the main characters, no one would say anything and all that stuff. So yeah, that would make a lot of sense. So like if you were just like, yeah, but they're not trying to focus. It's Yasuke after all, but I think he stands out for an assassin lol. It might be referring to able to visit Japan as a former foreigner lol. So out of everything that I'm seeing, the majority of Japan is not pissed that Yasuke is kind of is like there and stuff. Like, and also like when I'm looking, a lot of people are saying, "Are you forgetting about the female Japanese protagonist as well?" Because they're trying to make it easily you can play as two different characters, but with two different playstyles. Yasuke is more brute and it's like more heavy. That's why he's not like stealthy and stuff, but mostly he's like a brute samurai who's part of the Oda. But then there's called Neo. No, I'm calling her N because I can't fucking remember, and I'm sorry. But she's supposed to be a Shinobu and a type of assassin, so she's supposed to be like sneaky and all that stuff. So like they have two different ways of play styles and all that stuff, so people could easily play both and stuff. So instead of just judging and saying, "Oh, black person," all that stuff, dude, you guys, there's so many other people's like being in different things. It's just fucking play like if you are just hating it because there's a black main character in it and not a Japanese person, then shut the fuck up. I know I'm with this one. I'm gonna get a ton of backlash, or maybe like people saying, "Oh, he's being a woke Democrat and stuff." Like, defend woke. Like, do I believe that it's like they should have more black protagonists and female protagonists in like games? Yes. Do I believe that if it should be in Japanese games? Depends on how they write the story and all that stuff. Like with Yasuke, he's been like in so many animes made by Japanese people because they want to bring him into Japanese culture more. Like, what if a Japanese game? Like, would you be pissed at the same thing if if a Japanese game company made Yasuke or like a Yasuke as a main character of another Japanese samurai game? Would you be pissed at that since it's made by a Japanese company? Or are you just mad that a Western company made a Japanese game and made one of the characters black, so that's why you guys are saying, "Oh, that's woke"? Because if a Japanese game company made the same thing, would you guys say the same shit? Like, out of what I'm hearing, because I don't fully understand that much, so I'm just out of what I'm reading, and I'm thinking because it's gonna be stuck in my head, so that's why I'm doing this, and that's why it's like almost 15 minutes long. But yeah, I'm just gonna go and post this on this and just say my opinion on Assassin's Creed Shadows.